you're all set.
Thank you. I think we're ready to start. Welcome to today's presentation in the vendor theater of yeymaps. My name is Bernie Trahola. I'm a long-time entrepreneur and business owner, and I'm happy to share some information about one of our products, that's yeymaps. And the title of my presentation is Between the Elephant and Open Source. Now you might wonder, why is that title, and for that I need to go back 3 years, because 3 years ago, being in a small startup company, we were asking ourselves whether we are capable of creating our own Cloud.js from scratch, and whether we can place that Cloud.js between the big vendors and open source, and therefore benefit from the good things on both sides, but also eliminate some of the burdens, the inherited burdens that come with these systems that have been existing by that time. So ultimately, I'll give you a 10 minutes presentation about how our journey was while developing that program, that application, and I will show you some video clips so you can see some firsthand working on yeymaps directly. And after that, we can use our chat function, or I'll be happy to answer questions for you guys if you have any. So at the very beginning, if you have such an aspirational goal to create something entirely new, and we know or knew that there's a whole bunch of good competitors out there, you have to come up with a good vision and a good mission to carry things forward. So our vision that we came up with is, when it comes to accessing and distributing location-based information, it should be best with yeymaps. So this should be the vehicle that you want to choose to go forward and deploy your data. Also, the mission that we have is that we want to supply the best product for your geospatial decision making. This doesn't necessarily mean that we want to be best in crunching the data or analyzing the data, but once the data becomes available and it is on your desk, then yeymaps should be the best vehicle to make the decisions around that data, and therefore making your community a little bit better tomorrow than it is today. So when we started, of course, with every challenging project, there comes the question, can it be done? And we had, we were weighing in the concerns of such a big endeavor, but ultimately we came to the conclusion it seems impossible until it's done. And 3 years later in the game, I think we are happy that we did it. We created a very good product, and we will continue to make that product much better than it is today. Starting with it, the first task was how to figure out how to do things. So what will be the recipe to create a Cloud.js from scratch if there's nothing there than a blank paper? So we did some intense research, and we went with OpenLayers for the map component. OpenLayers is providing an API that you can use to build your own map applications. It's been around for quite some time, so it's very reliable, and we're using version 6, the latest, newest, for our map component. Also under the hood, there's GDAL. Most of you guys probably are familiar with GDAL. It's a very good and strong library for tackling geodata, and we use it to import and export our data, and also use it for data analysis. We wanted to have everything that we build with yeymaps in the cloud. We even build it in the cloud. So we went with Azure from Microsoft. We're using the servers on Azure. We're using SQL Server on Azure, and even the file storage to store, let's say, a picture that you make with an assessment on the field is stored on Azure. So it's entirely in the cloud, and it's taking advantage of all the technology that Microsoft is providing us. We also work with GeoServer for data services. This is not necessarily an integral part of yeymaps, but when it comes to provide some services, we like to fall back on GeoServer and just set up whatever we need with that. And we build it with the .NET environment using C#, Java, and JavaScript, and a little bit of Python, mainly for the GDAL stuff. So that's basically the ingredients that we use to build everything. So how does the architecture of yeymaps look like? It's, as I mentioned, in the cloud, entirely in the cloud. We have clients that normally come with multiple users, and yeymaps allow us to set up everything so that these users have the maps they want and the maps they want to deploy. Where does the data come from? Normally, everybody has some strong desktop GIS in their hands, and so you can upload data from QGIS, Esri, or any other GIS vendor. But we also provide abilities to take your services that you might set up and digest them within yeymaps. Everything that is data related is stored in our data warehouse. The data warehouse is the hub where you can search for data, store your data, share your data, and all that. And next to the data warehouse, there's also the storage where you might want to store non-location-based data like pictures or documents, a lease contract, or anything else. Every map has a set of tools. You can assign tools individually to each map, and the tools are enhancing your mapping capabilities, so to speak. And there's already a nice set of tools available. But even if that is not enough for the task you have to fulfill, you can fall back to one of our generic products, basically off-the-shelf products for cemetery management or lease management, utilities, and many more to come, hopefully. If there's something that you need and it's not on the shelf already, the architecture of yeymaps, the software architecture is made. It's a very it's a modular architecture, so we can easily add your custom app to that mix, and you even can utilize your own Azure storage or Azure environment for your application if you want to do that. So it's very flexible. What kind of capabilities come with that? For data capabilities, of course, we can import data, integrate geospatial services. We can organize the geodata online. We can share data, and we can have data in different projections. It's not like other competitors have only just one projection. We allow the data to come in whatever projection it is, and it will be projected on the fly when you put it into a map. So one map can have data with various projection data sets in it. And of course, we're taking leverage of the latest vector and raster tiling technology. There's just lately OpenLayers added some really good features to that too, and that allows us to have a smooth experience with yeymaps even if you have large data sets. The mapping capabilities, of course, we want to create a map. You can create multiple maps within yeymaps. You can use background maps or even create your own background map if you don't want to go with the standard ones we offer. The map itself can have its own projection as well. So it can be Mercator or it can be UTM, whatever you prefer. You can customize your layer within the map, filter data, search for data. You can share the map with other yeymaps users, and you can publish these maps online. Publishing means it's available without any login. and available to the public then. And of course, you can use it on every desktop, tablet, or smartphone. The technology is responsive with responsive design, so it's a nice experience on all devices. The tool collection for the map is yeah, basically what you would expect when you use a cloud GIS or online GIS. You can digitize new objects, you can edit them, and when you create them, you have snapping options. You can copy, move, delete objects, set a scale, measure objects, style all your objects if they are vector data. You can print maps. Of course, there are scaled maps in various formats. You can perform spatial analysis. With that, we're just at the very beginning, but there will be more down the road. So there's plenty more to come. The specialized solutions I mentioned, the modules, we just finished the cemetery management. That's a full-blown database with invoicing and everything you need to manage your cemetery. We created a small school district module, which allows users to figure out in what school district they are, giving their address. For that, we can utilize the OpenStreetMap address geolocation or Bing Maps address geolocation. And we will create more things like lease management, easement solutions, and asset management down the road. So there's a lot on the way already. The management capabilities of yeymaps mainly evolve around users, so that you can set up various users with various roles, assign maps and solutions to these users, and also let external users collaborate with what you have. So with that, we will offer an innovation package, that's how we call it, for planning and engineering firms, so they can get everything that we offer with yeymaps, the whole 9 yards, for under $1,000, similar to the Microsoft Action Packs, where you can get SQL Server, Geo, Office 365, and all that for your internal use. That will be the same with our innovation package. So with that, you have all the tools at your disposal to supply and work with someone that has, for example, a yeymaps cemetery solution, so you can work with them if you want to. Then, of course, you can integrate the maps by using widgets into your website if you want to do that too. So with that, I'm just jumping over to some videos and give you some examples. These are pre-recorded videos. The first one is about adding a WMS to yeymaps. Data from the NC1 Stop website. So I'm already in the data warehouse. There's some data in the data warehouse already, but I want to add some aerials to it. So I'm choosing service layer. I'm pasting my URL. That's the author imagery 2019 layer. Connect to that service, pick the layer accordingly. In this case, I check for the projection and use Mercator. I get a preview. I see it's a 3-band image, and it's putting in the name for me already. So if I want to use it as a base map, I can do that. But in this case, I just hit create, and here's my layer. I then can go ahead and say start this layer automatically when I open a map, and increase the to scale. The transparency is fine. This can be an opaque layer. Just save all these settings, and after that I can go ahead and say I want to attach this layer to a certain map, In this case, I'm just going to my demo map, into settings, and pick that layer right here and add it to the mix. All right. So that was my project setting. And I would just go to the map. Wait for it to open. And now we should see our North Carolina layer with the imagery of North Carolina shown on the map. Yep, there it is. Looks pretty good. Thank you for watching. All right, that was WMS layer. We just quickly edit within minutes, and we can do the same with vector data. Hello and welcome to another yeymaps video. Today I want to show you how to link Geojson data to the yeymaps data warehouse. For that we already opened the data warehouse, and now we choose linked layer. And here I can paste my link with the Geojson data. In this case, that's from the ArcGIS Hub, some railroad data. It's only a few. I'm changing this to 4326. That's our projection, and name the layer railroad. Create it. And then I will have a new layer inside the data warehouse. If I would have that Geojson file locally on my machine, I also could upload it with the same result. Now the data is being processed. That might take a few seconds. Here it comes, it's uploaded. And here's our layer. So I can give it a description. I can extend the range of my visibility, change the render zoom, go into, actually save that real quick, and then I will go into style settings. Assuming that's some line features, making them purple so we can see them very good, and maybe adjust the width a little bit. There could also be like a dotted or whatever line, so apply that to that, save that again, and then I'll go back to the data warehouse and assign that data here to one of my maps. In this case I'm picking the demo map, and next time I start the demo map I will have that layer in my map. Should be up right away. Here are the railroads. I'm just moving these railroads a little bit up so we can see them on top of all the other layers, and actually switch off the county. So that's all the railroads we have. That's interesting, and if I want to I can, put the aerials underneath it, and if I want to I also can query that railroad and see, okay, this is CSX transportation, that and that branch whatsoever, right? Okay, well, that'd be it for today. Thank you for watching. All right, the next video I want to show is about digitizing. Yeymaps comes with digitizing capabilities, so you actually can create and modify new data within yeymaps. Let's give that a run. Hello and welcome to another yeymaps video. Today I want to show you some digitizing capabilities and snapping capabilities within yeymaps. I do have a railway inventory layer, which I'm making the active layer, and I'm just using the snapping on and digitize area. You can see I'm having a snap on the already existing rail yard here. So I'm just going ahead and adding some more data to it here. Perfect. Just give it a name, and that's a rail yard type. And just save it like that. So no, they're perfectly fit together. Now, what if I do have to digitize a building, for example? That's easy as well. Just pick one of these buildings as a reference. Again, I'm having my railway inventory layer active, and next to the snapping there's a perpendicular option. I'm just digitizing that building, get the first long line, and from there it's a piece of cake. I'm just like making a perpendicular building here. Oh, sorry, maintenance building. All right. There'll be a building safe. Okay. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Right, this was digitizing. There's definitely more, but we're running out of time. I'll just give you one more video, which is about styles, styling. Yeymaps has a different approach to most of the common GIS programs, and this video shows why that is. Hello and welcome to another video of Yeymaps. Today I'm going to show you how flexible the style settings in Yeymaps can be. To demonstrate that, I have a layer that's called Railway Inventory, and that layer has points, lines, polygons, and text all in one layer. That's very unique that you can put all these different geometry types and label in one layer. But I'm just going to show you how convenient that sometimes is. So we have a point with a symbol, and we do have a line that's categorized by the name in the attribute table. We have a polygon that's classified by the type in our attribute table, and we have some text to label our objects, and that has been done with the name field name. So with all that, I'm just jumping into the map and show you what that's going to look like. All right, here it is. And as you notice, we have all these features here. We have polygon features styled. We have some point features here, and we have a line feature that's actually our tracked. If I'm going into the layer settings here, I can see the point is here, and actually what I can do is I'm switching off that layer so it's not visible anymore. So I don't have to do a query to limit what I can see or not see. And the same I can do with polygon, and this is classified by the type, and I'm just getting one after another. So even if I classify the polygon, I still can switch on and off all different types, which is pretty neat. And of course the same here with the layer, the line layer. only have tracks here, so it's very easy. And here is a little symbol that allows us to switch on and off the labels for that layer. So there's a lot of interaction within your classified layer file. And also, as you can see, it produces a nice legend that's also going on the map when you print it out. Yeah, that's it for now. Pretty convenient, I would say. Thanks for watching. All right, so these were all the videos I wanted to show you. Just switching back to my presentation real quick. I think we have 5 minutes left for questions. So please use the chat function or visit us later at our virtual booth. We're happy to welcome you. Just make an appointment. I'll be happy to set that up for with you. Check out our website and our YouTube channel. All the videos are in our vendor or exhibitor description as an attachment, or send me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to answer all your questions. Thanks for watching, and have a good conference.